history book tells us the Hawkeyes better not look past the Buckeyes.
I know it. I'll tell you this. The Ohio State team we're going to see play today is a much better team than the one we saw play earlier in the year. They are averaging 47 points a game over the last 3 weeks. And I'll tell you, better definition of purpose in everything they're doing.
Hard to believe that this is a November Saturday in Iowa City. Usually overcast, gray skies, but what a glorious day. Deep into the end zone, it'll be down for the touchback, and Rodgers will bring the offense to the line of scrimmage. The tight end stands up in the Iowa formation. Hughes comes in motion, and Rodgers on first down throws to Smith on the outside, caught at the 28-yard line. Defensively for the Buckeyes here against Iowa, Alonzo Spellman, only a sophomore, number 99. He must have a huge day. But the key man is number 58, Steve Tovar. He'll be taking on Bell throughout the afternoon. Vinnie Clark, he's the interception leader in that secondary. Number 7, the standout cornerback for John Cooper and the Buckeyes. 2nd and 2 for Iowa. Ball out at their 28-yard line. First possession of the game. Double tight end. Both stand up. And here's Hughes to throw it. Razzle dazzle going long, and it is complete. Michael Titley, the tight end. 35 yards for the Hawkeyes, and the first down into Buckeye territory, the 37-yard line. Now it'll be Bell's first carry. He battles his way to the 35-yard line before Rich Frimmel brings him down. Rodgers with a change-up at the line of scrimmage sends Smith out even further to his left. He'll throw again. The underneath man is Bell, and he's to the 29-yard line. This will leave Iowa with a 3rd and 2. Paul Kiowa, the fullback, he is in front of Bell in the eye. They go to Bell for the first down. Hawkeyes with a first down at the Ohio State 24-yard line. And on first down, Rodgers to fire, complete again to the 16-yard line. John Falloon. There is a penalty marker on that far side. Our referee today is Ron Winter. Got him in the head. Rodgers is 3 of 3 for 22 yards. On one of the scoring plays against Illinois, the halfback threw the ball last week. Here it'll be Bell, and he makes his way to the 3-yard line before Spellman can bring him down. A personnel problem led to that timeout. Rodgers, who will keep it down there, his 7th touchdown of the season. Jeff Skillett attempting the extra point. And the Hawkeyes take a quick lead. Iowa trying to go 6-0 in the Big Ten. Skillett, after their touchdown, kicks it off. And it'll be Dante Lee, and finally it is Smith, and then Dante Lee. Confusion with the 2 returns, and they are down at the 8-yard line. Tough field position for the Buckeyes. Ohio State's opening play from scrimmage. Double tight end. One running back is Smith. Sprint draw is quickly shown out of this. Penalty flag down, and Smith works his way to the 13-yard line.
Offside. You know, the amazing thing about Iowa, prior to last week's game, they'd only scored 16 points in the first quarter, and they scored 21 last week in the first quarter, and now they have 7 in the first quarter.
Behind Greg Frey, keep an eye on number 84, their flanker, Jeff Graham, one of the best big play men in the country. Jeff Ellis, number 89, is returning for Ohio State. The coaches do not know how long he will be able to play today, coming off an injured ankle. John Cooper needs his talented tight end in this offense. It is 1st and 5 after the offsides penalty is marched off. Graham into the backfield with Robert Smith. Smith behind Graham on the load block, and he's to the 15-yard line against this Hawkeye defense. 2nd down and about 2.5 yards to go for the first down. Scotty Graham gets the first down for Ohio State on his forward progress, with Melvin Foster, the leading tackler for the Hawkeyes, bringing him down. Frey trying to be heard. Remember, under the new rule, the outside receivers do not have to hear the count. This is Robert Smith, the talented freshman. blasting his way to the 22-yard line. And again, number 66, Melvin Foster is there. Frey off his fake. Under pressure and sacked at the 11-yard line by Jim Johnson, number 71. Smith sweeping to the left, and the Buckeyes are forced to punt. Jeff Antula set to
Low
return.
punt.
It's a returnable punt. It's low. He's got it on the run at midfield, 45, and he's down there. Ball at the 46-yard line. Bell bounces outside and then battles for a good 4 yards. Great effort. Number 99. What a future he had.
Oh, you bet. I'm going to be his agent.
Second down. Kiowa, the fullback.
Fumble!
Fumble! Ohio State thinks they have it, and they do. Buckeyes recover. Now it is Frey with a change-up at the line of scrimmage for the Buckeyes, and Ohio State down by 7. Smith again, no daylight.
Oh, great defensive play by Leroy Smith, Brent.
Benote smashes his way to the 42-yard line, where it will be third down. Two very talented wide receivers, Bobby Olive and Jeff Graham, and they need to get him involved in this game. Frey will look in Graham's direction. It's deflected by number 31, John Derby. He tried to pick Jeff Graham up on that quick slant, and Derby read it beautifully. And will punt, and Antula back deep. Antula averaging 19 yards in return.
Nice punt. Nice punt.
Drives him back inside the 5-yard line. Great punt by Antula, and he makes his way to the 21 with a penalty flag flying. Rodgers has rushed for a touchdown today as he brings the Hawkeyes to the line of scrimmage. Basic I formation with the stand-up tight end. Bell, the I back, makes his way. Iowa leading here 7-0. Rodgers back to throw under pressure, and it was the middle of that defense led by Greg Smith, the nose man, and they bring him down. Third down and 10. On the draw play, Bell makes a slick move and gets to the 16, but this will force an Iowa punt. Graham set to return Isaac's punt, but there's movement down in that line.
It's going to be a first down. That's not smart football, guys. Control your intensity. Use it to help you.
It was just about 4th and 5. So it's going to be a very, very close measurement here to determine whether or not the Hawkeyes retain possession or the punt team will stay on the field. They missed it by that much. Isaac back out of the field. Now this could give Ohio State tremendous field position. They've got a very dangerous punt returner.
See that? Nice punts. Got it up there nicely. Good hang time. He'll have to fair
Graham's
catch.
going to fair catch it at the 41-yard line. Trailing Iowa 7-0 right now. Bringing Graham down in motion, and he's going to try to put it up on first down. He's got Graham into Iowa territory and out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Greg Frey has Butler and Pinote at tailback. Scotty Graham, the fullback. Coach, this is the best penetration by Ohio State so far today. They have reached the Hawkeye 34-yard line.
Play action fake.
Run over the middle, diving catch by Olive.
I think he caught it.
Intended catch at the 16-yard line for another Ohio State first down. At the Hawkeye 16, Benote continues to operate at I-back. Frey working against the crowd noise, changes up at the line, and he'll use Benote behind the left side of the line. He blasts his way to the 13-yard line.
Looks like dog coverage to me.
Are up tight.
Yeah, they're
4
coming.
yards off of him, and they pitch to Benote in a foot race out of bounds at the 5-yard line. First and goal, Ohio State. Benote behind Houston to the 1-yard line, and it'll be second and goal for the Buckeyes. Double tight end formation. He's in front of Benote. Scotty Graham short. Good defensive penetration by the Hawkeyes. So Greg Frey and the Buckeyes would dearly love to get it in here on 3rd and goal. If they don't, it'll be decision time for Cooper and the Buckeyes. The toss, Robert Smith, who came back in, is held up short of the goal line. The quarter ends. John Derby, 31, came across defensively and hit him first. Coach Vermeil, Cooper's going to go on 4th and less than a yard.
Well, normally when you go for it like in this situation, you're saying that maybe you may not get back down there for 7. You better go for it. I think, basically, in my own philosophy, I'd go ahead and kick it and come out with a sure 3 points, believing I'm going to get back down there again.
Crowd noise effective. Frey asked for the official's timeout. Didn't get it. Play fake. Frey on the roll. He's going to run to the flag. Cuts back. Touchdown.
Old Cooper, he's got to be relieved over that back injury and all. You know, he's just coming off back surgery. He can't jump up and down.
Tim Williams adding the extra point. Owen on the ground, picked up by the short man, Marvin Lampkin.
He has good speed.
Gets to the 34-yard line. Tony Stewart, number 21, is in behind Lou Montgomery. Stewart, a very talented tailback too, and he'll run off that sprint draw out to the 38-yard line. And Roger will have all the details coming your way at halftime. Rodgers to put it up. Great protection right into the middle to Smith for a 1st and 10 at the Buckeye 43-yard line. Montgomery and Stewart, the split backs. Off a fake to Montgomery. Rodgers throws, and a diving catch by his tight end Titley, his 2nd reception of the day. Montgomery finds his daylight and earns a Hawkeye 1st down at the 32-yard line. The center to the right side. Devlin anchors this offensive line. Running back very tight. Again, Rodgers throws on 1st down, complete to Smith, out of bounds inside the 25-yard line, and Coach, the Hawkeyes are on the move again. 2nd down and short. And it's Stewart trying to bounce to the outside, hoping to reach for that 1st down. Regardless, it was a 1st and 10 here for the Iowa Hawkeyes. A fake to Stewart. Rodgers now moving to the right, has thrown complete, and Montgomery ducked under Tovar.
I duck under Tovar too, buddy. You can hear him coming.
Stewart, cut back, gets to the outside, and out of bounds at the 10-yard line for another Hawkeye 1st down. Stewart stepping up now.
That's recruiting.
Yes, the key to success in college football and college basketball. Sometimes the key to trouble, isn't it? Rodgers going to the flag, and no penalty flag is thrown. One of the officials who was looking at it backed up and fell over an Ohio State band member on the far side. Now a flag come. Let's see. Let's hold on. There is one. There is a flag down at the 10-yard line.
Remember, Tony Stewart can throw the ball.
He threw for a touchdown to Hughes last week. Rodgers off a pump fake wants to go back to the same spot, and he's got Hughes out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Saunders replaces Hughes. He is out to Rodgers' right. Stewart, the 2nd man, is stuffed at the 5-yard line. Off a fake, Rodgers to roll.
Good pressure.
And he's sacked at the 20-yard line by Jason Simmons, who was not fooled by the play action. Jeff Skillett will attempt a 34-yard field goal. He's got it. With Dick Vermeil and Mark Jones, I'm Brent Musburger. This is Iowa City, Iowa. The amazing Hawkeyes leading Ohio State 10-7 and kicking off. Robert Smith bobbles the ball, and it goes out of the end zone where it will come out on the 20-yard line. Trailing by that Skillett field goal with a 1st down, and blasting out is Graham. Scotty Graham, number 35, coming through. 2nd down with Edwards checking in at wide receiver. It was Frey's passing game which led them to their touchdown. Faking draw, and Frey's pass is deflected. He had Benoti. Greg Frey back at that line of scrimmage. The man who pioneered the visor and who now is playing without it. Same play. First down. Benoti all alone to the 32. Frey now without the visor. And Rodgers, who watched the success of the Ohio State quarterback a year ago, wearing it. And here it is, Frey. Again back to pass under heavy pressure. Wanted to set the screen. And almost through an interception.
I'm not so sure I agree. And I'll tell you, there have been a lot of bad calls in the Big Ten this year.
Not a good year for the Zebras in this conference. Penalty marker comes flying, and Benoti is wrapped up. Frey.
They're bluffing. Now they're backing out.
And it's Scotty Graham. He's hit at the 29-yard line. He'd love to get the ball into Graham's hands, wide receiver if he can. Again under pressure. And sacked at the 21-yard line by Matt Rulin. What a job the defensive linemen are doing for these Hawkeyes.
Matt Rulin used a spin move. He started outside and came up underneath that young offensive tackle.
Bad punt. Inside midfield. 6:11 to go, second quarter. Hughes in motion behind Rodgers. And Bell off the fake, and Rodgers to throw it, wide open, incomplete at the 20-yard line. Bell is back in the lineup. He goes out as a pass receiver. Rodgers hits Titley, the tight end, and he is to the 35-yard line. Here's Bell, hit at the line of scrimmage, breaks that first tackle. And a key matchup today is what Steve Tovar can do against Bell, listed around 250. He has lost 8 to 10 pounds here during the season. Montgomery breaks open. They spring the fullback to the 15-yard line in Iowa. First down. Jim Peel, the cornerback, brings him down, but it was a 16-yard gain for Montgomery. Operating at fullback for Iowa. He'll carry it again. He rumbles to the 9-yard line. Second down and 3 for the Hawkeyes with a 3-point lead on Ohio State. Bell cuts back and he gets to the 7-yard line. Third down and 1 for a first down. And Montgomery blasts to the 2-yard line and a first and goal for the Hawkeyes. Tuyawa checks in, giving the Hawks 2 fullbacks. Montgomery behind him. He broke 1 tackle. Montgomery battling for the touchdown.
And many times you're better off not thinking about what other play to run or what other ball carrier to get. If you've got a guy that's adrenaline is pumping and he's excited about carrying the ball, give it to him. Let him go ahead and put it in there.
And the Hawkeyes move a touchdown closer to Pasadena. Here today, an unfamiliar role, favored by a touchdown and leading by 10 points. Skillett takes it deep towards Smith, and he'll let it go out of the end zone. It'll come out on the 20. Here's a first down. Robert Smith back in at tailback. They've been unable to get this talented freshman loose here in this game. They fake to him, and Frey to throw deep down the far sideline, and he overthrows. 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Frey with the changeup at the line of scrimmage, using hand signals for his outside men. You can see that. Throwing high. Almost intercepted. Number 45, Merton Hanks, a big-timer on the corner, did the job defensively that time. Third down and 10. Coming out from their own 20-yard line, down by 10. The Hawkeyes have taken charge. Diving, incomplete.
Almost
incomplete and almost intercepted by Derby.
Derby's having a hot game. Well, he came into the game, Bowman did, as the number 2 punter in the Big Ten, averaging 42.1 yards a punt. He can punt a lot better than he did last time, and I suspect he will this time. He bangs her back there a little bit lower than you'd like.
And Tula is driven back to the 32.
Hole
in the middle, midfield. And inside the 45-yard line. A spectacular return by young Jeff M. Tula. 156 to work with. The 2-minute drill. The Hawkeyes will try to stick a dagger into the hearts of the Buckeyes right now if they can.
Flip.
Dropping it off to Stewart. There is a penalty flag down.
Well, I think they're a very good football team, and that's obvious, but I think they have matured much earlier than anticipated. There's a lot of young players playing in this lineup, both offensively and defensively, and they're becoming of age sooner than anticipated.
Second down and 13 for the first down, working against the clock. Son of the former Boston Celtic coach at command for the Hawkeyes. Off a play fake, trouble from the blind side. Hughes would have had it. Drops the ball at the 21-yard line. 3rd and 13. Rodgers with the draw play. Bell blasts his way close to a first down. Let's see where they spot it. Mark, what about the crowd noise here in Kinnick Stadium?
Well, guys, a couple of times during the game, Greg Frey has almost fumbled the snap because of miscommunication because of the crowd noise. Punter Tim Williams told me just a few seconds ago that this is the loudest game that they've played in this season. It's going to be something to deal with.
Yeah, this has always been, Mark, a very, very loud stadium in the Big Ten. As the officials hold up play here, and a penalty marker may have come down.
What they call?
Yes. Now 4th down and almost 6. Rodgers will attempt to throw for it. He does not get it off.
There's that Greg Smith. Holy heck. Yeah, you saw that shot of Hayden Fry there. He owns this state. When he came into that breakfast with 650 alums there, he got a standing ovation.
So it's 1st and 25 after the 15 yards for unsportsmanlike conduct. Walked off against the Buckeyes. 43 seconds, all of their timeouts. Frey on the roll, and it is complete at the 35-yard line. Trying to get it going here. Beating the rush. Stopping the clock on an incompleted pass with 16 seconds to go. Frey with the draw play, and Smith breaking free at the 45. 50,
out of bounds,
and out of bounds at the 49 with 10 seconds to go. They have all 3 of their timeouts, so they can throw this one into the middle if he finds the open man, but only 10 seconds to work with. He'll have to hurry. Under pressure. Now going deep, and ricocheted, complete. It's Jeff Graham for the Ohio State touchdown.
Woo! Straight drop back pass. He gets pressure outside. He steps up inside the pocket, fires it. It's over the top. He ricochets into the right man for Ohio State, and there goes Graham in for the score. My gosh, there's a little luck to this game.
48 yards on the touchdown. Williams hammers the extra point.
Big Ten football, and the conference leader, the Hawkeyes of Iowa. 5-0 and ahead of Ohio State by a field goal with Jeff Skillett kicking it off, and Lee 1 yard deep, elects to come out, and he slips. Then finds an alley, and he's out of bounds on the far side. 1st and 10 for Frey and the Buckeyes, down by a field goal as we get underway here in the second half. Freshman Robert Smith back in, and that's his best run from scrimmage. 11 yards right straight up the middle behind the offensive line.
Yeah.
1st and 10. Frey with the whistle blowing as the ball was snapped.
There is a penalty marker on the play.
Robert Smith starting to run with some of the greats of college football. There's his average compared to Dorsett, Walker, Smith, but ahead of Anderson, a fellow by the name of Walter Payton. And today, 42 more yards with 7 carries. And closing in on that freshman record at Ohio State established by Archie Griffin. The option, Frey, late pitch, very dangerous. On the bounce, Smith was able to pick it up. Ooh, that was close, wasn't it? Frey with both backs out, steps up against the pressure, almost intercepted at midfield by Clark. Iowa 17, Ohio State 14, 13:26 to go in the third, and this is the drive chart for Ohio State in the first half, Coach.
Yeah, punt, the long drive for the touchdown, and you see the other long drive for the touchdown. This one right here is the batted ball. That's the lucky play. The other long drive was the executed play. They need more of those executed drives.
It was 4th and goal that they scored on the first one. Here it is 3rd and 15 for the Buckeyes. Olive comes in motion. Frey to go deep. He's got Graham. Incomplete at the 25-yard line. 2 Ohio State punts blocked this year. Good block by Clark. A run off the Hawkeye, and Antula fields it at the 20. Beautiful return. Out to the 34-yard line. He got all he could on that before Lance Price brought him down. 14-yard return and a nifty one after a 43-yard punt. Matt Rodgers with the visor, quarterbacking the Hawkeyes. Hasn't thrown an interception in a Big Ten game since Wisconsin, I believe. Rodgers to Bell off the fake and going deep to Smith and almost intercepted. Had him open for a moment. Mark Pelini, 48, was there defensively.
You said it so clearly. You had him open for a moment. The quarterbacks are waiting too long to throw the deep one. Let it go sooner.
How about the Hawkeyes' drives in the first half, Coach?
Well, you know, they started right off the right way. 8 plays and in the end zone. Can't be much better. Then they turn it over. They come back 1, 2, 3 out. But they have been moving the ball. You can see in 3 of the 6 drives, they moved the football.
Coming back with a 2nd and 10. Titley, 84, is the tight end. The formation is strong to the quarterback's right. And you can see that familiar stand-up tight end. Able to watch the secondary a little bit better when he comes out of there. This is Bell. Not much daylight there as he was met by the middle of that line. Tom Lease, 81, leading the defense that time. Rodgers with the changeup at the line of scrimmage on 3rd and long. Fakes the run. Has time. Receivers covered. Now he'll run out of trouble, and he trips him down at the 39-yard line. Jeff Graham will feel much more comfortable if this punt is batted.
This guy Graham can really return it.
25, surrounded. Now makes a move to the far side. Finds an alley. You were right about that. He got back to the 35-yard line and nailed in his trap. Brian Wise getting him out of bounds. An 11-yard return. Iowa and Foster ahead by 3 points. But last year, this inside linebacker and the rest of the Hawkeyes were embarrassed. 28-0 in Columbus. One of those games that young men don't easily forget as Frey changes up at the line of scrimmage, brings his fullback, Scotty Graham, into the fray. John Derby bringing him down, and in our house right now with Robert Smith back in the backfield. Frey to throw, incomplete, a one-hopper. It'll be 3rd down. Again, the changeup at the line.
They're audibling because of the tight coverage. Now Iowa backs out of the tight coverage.
Frey, receiver covered, comes back the other way and throws incomplete. Great coverage by Hanks over here on Olive.
They're playing games with each other. You know, I've seen Frey many times in the same situation, Brent, and the 5 of 16, 5 of 16, and all of a sudden he goes 10 straight in a row.
Bowman drives Antula back inside the 15-yard line, bluffing a fair catch, gets an Ohio State bounce, and the Hawkeyes will be buried on this one back at the 6. Dr. Tom Davis coaches the Iowa basketball team, and he's downstairs with Mark. Mark?
Does this add any incentive to your head-to-head competition against Illinois this year?
Well, you know, in this league, the competition's so intense anyway that you don't need much extra incentive. So I just think there'll be good intense rivalries among all the schools.
This will be a big act to follow up if this football team goes to the Rose Bowl.
I'm like every other Hawkeye fan. We're just excited about what's going on.
Thanks a lot for joining us. Brent, Dick?
They can clinch a tie if they beat Ohio State, and both Michigan schools also record victories. It's Bell again behind the left side. This will leave them with a 3rd down, and Steve Tovar, 58, was their defensive lead. The 2 defenses slugging it out here in the early going of the 2nd half. Rodgers incomplete, and that was fine defense by Brent Johnson that time. And Jeff Graham could give the Buckeyes some field position. Low snap, well fielded by Hyzak. Good punt considering that snap. Graham fumbles, out of bounds, Ohio State ball. Ball is at the Buckeye 48-yard line. The toss to Smith, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage. could not get back as Crane, number 88, who replaced the injured Moses Santos, comes in and makes the stop. As a result, it's 2nd and 11. The draw to Smith. Crosses midfield to the 49-yard line.
Brent, you moved to Iowa with all the dough you make. You could afford a 3-holer, he said. He nailed you, didn't he?
Those folks who don't come from rural country
don't know what they're talking
what
about.
you're talking about. I'll send them to the dictionary. All right.
Blitz.
Under pressure, avoids it niftily and throws a wounded duck out of bounds, but he avoided a negative statistic that time by just getting it off. Iowa leading Ohio State 17-14, and the Buckeyes will give it back to the Big Ten leaders. And Tula again signals for the fair catch, and the ball will be down at the 20-yard line. The Iowa fans never dreaming when this season began that they might be headed to Pasadena. Alonzo Spellman with his ankle nicked up a bit, but staying on the field defensively for the Buckeyes. 1st and 10 for Iowa. They lead it by a field goal. The fullback, Montgomery, breaks away from a tackle and makes his way out to the 28-yard line. 7 carries, 44 yards, and a touchdown. 2 yards for the first down, and Stewart trying to reach out, maybe a little short. Rich Frimmel tackling him for the Buckeyes. 3rd down and less than a yard. It'll be Stewart.
He didn't make it.
He was stuffed right there at the line of scrimmage. They're trying to draw him offside probably right now. And then they go ahead with the snap. And Hyzak punts it.
That's a return.
And Graham at the 30. 35. Down at the 38-yard line where it will be 1st and 10 for Ohio State. 17-14 right now. And Frey faking to Smith. Penalty marker is down, incomplete, out of bounds on that far side. We do have a penalty flag.
Well, I feel this, Brent. The quarterback is getting knocked down too many times, too much pressure on him. And I know that they have a quicker passing game in drop-back design. The 3-step drop, the 5-step drop. Go back and fire some of those and take some of the heat off the quarterback.
Scotty Graham is the fullback in front of Smith. The toss to the freshman. Penalty marker down again.
Number 32.
Right now, I think they sort of miss Ellis at the tight end position because he was the guy, the big physical blocker on the outside linebacker that could block that guy. I'm not too sure the backup tight end can do that.
They go to an extra wide receiver. Edwards and Graham and Stabline. And Frey hands to Scotty Graham, who blasts his way to the 36. 5 minutes, 3rd quarter. 17-14. Iowa leading Ohio State. Buckeyes with the ball. Frey picks it back up. Looks for a receiver and throws it away out of bounds. 3rd and 14. Frey straight back. Over the middle, complete to Olive, and a Buckeye 1st down at Iowa's 45.
Again, what kind of pattern was that? The deep square in. That's their best pattern.
They trail it by 3. 4:27 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Smith and a penalty flag comes flying.
Illegal motion. He must have been moving toward the line of scrimmage when it was snapped.
Third hotbed of high school and college football, isn't it? Frey handing to Smith. Penalty flag comes flying.
Now what is it?
They'll need one of your square ins here. Frey back. Incomplete. He was throwing back on the outside. Off the draw, the fake. Frey again. Wanted his wide receiver to the outside, so more confusion between quarterback and receiver.
Yeah, but you know what happens? What happens to the quarterback? You've been under pressure, you've been under pressure, you've been under pressure. All of a sudden, you don't have pressure, and you still hurry your throw.
Everybody out. Again, pressure. Incomplete, and the Buckeyes are forced to punt. The defenses move center stage in the third quarter. Bowman
Nice.
booms perhaps his best punt of the day. And Tula comes up at the 22-yard line, didn't make the fair catch, and downed in his tracks. Back with 1st and 10 for the Hawkeyes. Rodgers, straight back. Tight end Titley all alone and out of bounds in Ohio State territory.
Watch out for a play-action pass or something fancy when he's in there.
Rodgers' receivers were covered that time. 2nd down. Draw play with Bell. Cutting back for the 1st down. Bell is lined up behind Montgomery. And off a fake to Bell.
Wide open, wide open,
Wide open. Got a tight end at the 15-yard line. Allen Cross, number 87. 21 more yards and a 1st and 10 at the Ohio State 15-yard line. Fake to Bell, and they bring Montgomery around the right side. Mike Saunders goes out as a wide receiver. Montgomery set in front of Bell.
Broken play.
Rodgers under pressure down at the 20-yard line.
Broken play.
Jason Simmons in there on top of the Hawkeye quarterback. Rodgers off a fake, drops back, throws, incomplete.
Dropped it.
Nick Bell had it for a moment and couldn't hang on. The Hawkeyes faked one for a touchdown last week in Champaign, but ahead by 3 in a tough defensive game. They'll settle for a 37-yard field goal by Jeff Skillett and a 6-point lead. Iowa 20, Ohio State 14. Skillett kicking it off, and Benote is back deep for the Buckeyes. And this is Lee. Looking for an alley.
Whoa.
Out to the 41. Great return by Dante Lee. Frey handing off to his tailback. Smith with no daylight because of Jeff Nelson, number 93. And that's going to bring the third quarter to an end. Natural grass, the wave of the future in the Big Ten. Ohio State tore up its rug. Michigan soon will do the same. Perhaps only the Dome in Minneapolis will wind up with a carpet before long. Frey on the roll, almost picked off by number 19. That was Gary Clark, who stepped in. He's 1 of 11 for 20 yards in this half, Coach.
But they did do the good thing. They got him outside the rush on that rollout.
Deep drop. He won't get out. Yes, he does, as he's going down into the arms of Jeff Nelson. Punting for the Bucks. Great punt. And Tula bluffing the fair catch. It'll go through the end zone and come out at the
Romans.
There's a familiar Iowa name.
You bet.
Number
Hartley.
19 bending down. That's Jimmy Hartley, Chuck's brother. He has been signaling in the offensive plays to Matt Rodgers. This is the toss to Stewart. Student body right here in the Midwest. And Benny Clark tackling it. 2nd down. Stewart. Titley, the stand-up tight end, over to Rodgers' left. And Stewart straight up the middle. Another 1st down and 11 more yards. The ball at the Buckeye 48-yard line, and Notre Dame quickly jumps ahead of the Volunteers. Stewart on a splendid cutback for another 1st down. 13 more yards for Stewart inside the 35. Mark, how about this young man Stewart?
Well, guys, Tony Stewart has a tattoo of a tiger with a rose in its mouth on his left calf. I asked him why a tiger with a rose in its mouth. He said he loves tigers. They're strong, they're fast, and they dominate. I asked him about the rose. He said he didn't want to say anything until after the season. I think it has something to do, though, with the Rose Bowl, fellas. What do you think?
Mark, that's not a tiger. That's a husky. Here is Stewart again. With the rose on his leg, he's tattooed out of bounds that time by Foster Polk.
Audible to it. He saw a double zone. He's going to try to work down inside of the Magic.
And hit from behind and incomplete. Leaded by 6. Even another Iowa field goal would be big here.
Oh!
Big hole for Montgomery. Blast to the 20-yard line. 9 carries for 58 yards. The backs are split this time. They'll run Stewart on that draw play. He hammers.
Stemming the tight end over.
And they run Stewart back to the short side. Out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Hughes coming in motion behind Rodgers. Stewart straight ahead and blasts his way toward that end zone.
Very well designed to get the double team. There's the fullback going to kick out. We're back to action.
Montgomery goes in from the left side. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Leading 26-14 with 11 minutes to go. They'll go for 2, Dick.
Normally, I think they like to get some kind of an option on this play. They've been successful 2 for 2. Here's the option. Reverse
back
option.
to Hughes. Hughes is trapped. And they will not get it. 26-14 as the 2-point play fails. Iowa ahead. And Skillett kicks it off. Fielded at the 6 by Benote. To the 20. Out to the 29-yard line.
They have their young offensive line in on the strong side right now, and Rod Smith, a redshirt freshman, and Winrow, a freshman, both over 300 pounds.
Fry on first down, throws complete to the 35-yard line. And Likovich, the tight end, was the receiver that time, with Tennessee kicking its second field goal to make that up 1-pointer. So Jeff Graham in motion. Greg Frey rolling. Now going for the bomb and incomplete.
Holding.
Oh.
Offense. Repeat second down.
Backside protection that time. Frey, the running back split. Straight back. And sacked again. Matt Rulin, number 57. Bowman.
Nice punt.
Hits it at the 13. And Tula driven back inside Iowa's 25. And the return is out to the 33. Most experts predicting Iowa would wind up in the middle of the pack. Now the only unbeaten team in the conference. They go to work on the clock. And Iowa forced to do it the hard way. This their lone home game of that sequence.
You umpired, huh?
Yeah. All these Iowa and Illinois towns. Rodgers coming around the right side. Low snap. Buckeyes block it. The blocked punt. And it'll be Ohio State ball. It's picked up by Iowa. Chance for the first down. They fumble it. And the Buckeyes finally pick it up, and it'll be whistled dead. The Buckeyes will put it in play there. 1st and 10. Robert Smith hit at the 21-yard line by Rod Davis. 5 seconds left to get it off. Frey rolling to the right. Batted ball again. Derby, number 31. They have to get to the 13-yard line for a first down.
I'd look for some pressure coming here now. I don't think they'll drop off the play. Yeah, they're going to come. They're coming after him.
Trying to get him. Frey. Touchdown. Hits Olive at the goal line, and he backs into the end zone. Hoping to close to within 5, and that sets up some drama here at Iowa City. A 5-point game. Hughes and Antula are back deep. Williams to kick it off for the Buckeyes. 6.5 minutes to go. Hughes at the 10. Down at the 23-yard line.
The little things make a difference. Here's another look now. Here's another look. See him freeze the safety? Now is single outside. Burton Hanks goes to bat it down, didn't make it.
As the result, it's a 5-point lead. Rodgers on first down, throws to Montgomery at the 25. Montgomery out to the 31-yard line. All right, here it's 26-21. Iowa with a 5-point lead and 5:48 to go. Rodgers hands to Bell, and he makes his way to the 40-yard line. Second down. Rodgers to throw it. Has plenty of time.
Got a broken play if he throws
Down the middle. Oh, intercepted by number 1 Lance Price. The Buckeyes with a chance here. 4.5 minutes. 5-point Iowa lead. Graham in motion. Fly to throw on first down. Over the middle, complete to Olive, who's whacked at the 30-yard line. But it's another Ohio State first down. Ball at the Iowa 30. Robert Smith. And he's down at the 26-yard line. Buckeyes on the move and trailing it by 5. Frey twists out of trouble, but he's down at the 35. 3rd down and 15.
They're having trouble hearing down there.
Frey with a deep drop. Looks to the middle, incomplete. Ohio State down to its 4th down. And again, it was number 31, John Derby. They need to get to the 18. Edwards is in the slot to the quarterback's left. Fly under pressure, steps away from it, throws to the goal line, intercepted by Iowa.
Brian Wise. Well, Ohio State has to just think about getting pressure on him. Just come after him, try to create the turnover, stunt inside, just get after him.
Here's Stewart. 2nd and 10, inside of 2 minutes now. And Iowa will try to hold on to that football. Stewart down at the 15-yard line. And Montgomery down right there with the final timeout. And now how those 2 other timeouts loom so important for John Cooper. The ghosts of Ohio State past trying to haunt Iowa one more time. He gets off a low one. Fair catch at the 49, and the clock is stopped with 59 seconds. Edwards, Graham, and Olive are the wide receivers. The offensive line without the tight end. And Frey under pressure on the run, throws complete. Once he goes down and they move the chains, now the clock is stopped at 50 seconds, but they'll have to hurry. Clock can be stopped this year by a college quarterback throwing it straight down. It's restarted. Frey pulls out, again complete, and 3 yards for a first down. Frey incomplete. Stops the clock with 20 seconds to go. Frey with time, complete to Graham. 1st and goal at the 2. Clock stops with 13. Buckeyes with a chance to win it. 13 seconds to go. Now the clock starts. Scotty Graham and Robert Smith. The fade, incomplete, stops it with 7 seconds to go. They're at the 3-yard line. No timeouts. Frey to throw. Touchdown, Ohio State. Olive.
You can see they come with their basic play action pass. Olive was the outside man outside the slot. He came inside. The slot man went outside. He hit him right where he had to. Way out in front. He dove for the football. Excellent execution in a pressure situation. Again, Greg Frey coming up with the play he needed to get it.
They're going to run. They'll sit on the snap, so an extra point run back cannot be made. They do not want to put the ball in play. That's why they elected to kill it right there. Oh, what I wouldn't give for the band, they're saying, marching out here in the last second. We may set a new record for laterals on this kickoff. A bouncer. And Tula at the 30. Lateral man, number 1. Number 2 to Hughes. Hughes.
That's forward level there. Forward level.
There's the flag. That's forward. There's number 4. And he's open.
All forward passes.
There's 5 over his head and out.
Yeah, they're all forward laterals.
And John Cooper and the Buckeyes win a big win.